Welcome back. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Danny Klein, and today I'm going to teach you the no BS way on how to make your first $100,000 a year in sales in any industry. Let's get right into it.
Danny Klein with the Elliott Group.
I have no limit! So the first thing, before we get into any of the steps, before anything that I got written out right here, I got some cool content for you guys, is first figure out what you want. Do you want to do door-to-door? Do you want to do virtual? What industry do you want to be in? Get some clarity on what industry you want to be in. What do you like? Are you an athlete? Are you a business guy? Are you a tech person? What do you like? Figure out that space, because whatever you believe in, you're always going to sell the best. So that's my first pre-notion to anything of these, is you got to have something that you believe in. The next thing, once you figure out what you believe in, I want you to look across the entire industry, all YouTube, look up industry, look up places, find the best people you could possibly work for, and I want you to apply to 5 to 10 places. Apply to as many places as you can. Get a good appointment set up with them, get a good interview, have your deal laid out for these people to actually kind of check out, your resume, and just be ready to crush that interview, because the person that has options has leverage. And the last thing you want is just have one option, have no leverage, have no idea what you're getting into. You want to be able to have some options for yourself to be able to go in and go to war. So before we get into it, those are the first two things I would say, is find some clarity. What industry do you want to work in? Once you find that industry and you have an idea of those jobs, apply to as many as you can, and then pick the one that you feel is best fit. Let's get into it. So step number one is going to be your mindset. Above all, you will not make it in the sales industry if you are soft. If you are a little weenie and you're not ready to go to war, you're not ready to make a lot of calls, you're not ready to work hard, without work ethic, none of this works. So everyone looking for the secret hack and secret technique and all these things on how we're gonna make 100 grand a year without getting on the phones and beating the doors down, it's just not gonna happen. I'll just skip the video and I'd go back to doing whatever you're doing. All love to you, but you need to have the right mindset. Do this by getting in the gym, listening to motivation, developing your skill sets and confidence. It's all gonna help your mindset. And I promise you, above all, if you keep good habits, your mindset will be a lot easier to keep it sharp. So first, above all, have the right mindset. Number two is gonna be a solid routine. This is knowing what type of calls we're gonna make, how many calls we're gonna make, the prospecting. Have a good game plan. I'll call this the game plan. If you don't have a game plan every single day when you go in, knowing what you're gonna text, what you're gonna call, what you're gonna follow up, what you got planned out for the day, you can't be successful. A good mentor always said, like, hey, you see the white space on the calendar, meet the devil. Listen, I don't want any white space on the calendar. I want my appointments filled, I want my daytime blocked out, I want my stuff ready to roll. So I want you to develop a good routine for yourself and figure out how you wanna work. Are you gonna be a phone guy? Are you gonna take Zooms? What's the flow here? Figure out your game there, so that way you know every single day what your flow is and how you sell. Number three, it's one of my favorites. I think this one actually is probably the top. It's gonna trump all of these after you actually get into the space. Just gonna be a good personality. Now, it comes with discipline, it comes with smiling. I see salespeople that can't even crack a few jokes, and you wonder why people won't buy from you. You can't even close them on a joke, and you wanna close them on a $10,000 deal, $50,000 car, $500,000 mortgage. Now, I get some people are like, oh, that's stupid, I'm here to do my job, it's all hype. I like working with people that it feels seamless, it feels easy. Now, this isn't some corny BS. I want you to learn some real things and build some real rapport so you can actually have some fun, a good personality, so some charisma, cracking jokes, having fun, make it light. The whole goal here is you want to make it easy to do business with. I see so many people, I don't even like being around them. They're really good at what they do, but I feel like it doesn't click. So find that flow, find that personality. Personality is actually a skill set. Number four, I want you to train on speaking and sales skill. So unless you have been in the space for a while, which if you're watching this video, you're probably trying to figure out how to make your first 100K a year in sales. So I'm gonna guess that you're probably not the best speakers, you're probably not the best closers yet, You will be after you watch this video. I want you to train on it. I want you to record yourself. I want you to take a camera like I'm doing right now. I want you to speak to it consistently. I want you to role play with people. Find ways to run towards pressure. There's this thing called Toastmasters. You can sign up for it anywhere across the country. It's free public speaking classes. Get good at public speaking. You have to build confidence talking to one person, talking to many people, because sales has a lot of friction, has a lot of confrontation, got a lot of conflict. That's all right. The people that can deal with conflict are the people that are going to get paid. So I want you to train on those speaking skills and sales skills. Now, before I move on to one of the ones that I really enjoy and I think is going to allow you to scale to the levels that you want to scale to, is a nice little quote by Tony Robbins. The best salespeople have two characteristics. They have two characteristics. What is that? Persistence and warmth. Persistence and warmth. You want to make it to the top, you got to be persistent. You got to be pestering. You got to be attacking, making lots of calls, lots of follow-ups. You got to be in people's face. You got to be relentless. But you also have to be warm. They have to know that you care. They don't know that you care, but you're persistent. Now you're annoying. But if you're persistent because you care, it's a big difference. Number 5 is going to be know your KPIs, your key performance indicators. Well, if you own your own business now, right, you're an entrepreneur inside of the dealership or solar sales team or whatever you do for a living, you need to know your numbers. What are my KPIs? Key performance indicators will vary based on industry, but some of the most important ones are as follows. Calls, appointments, appointment shown, appointment closed, money made per deal, amount of leads that you got, and then your close rate. Once you start tracking these things, you start to see the reality of the numbers of exactly where you're at and why you're not making the money you want to make. So I want you to do this. And also, I want you just to commit 1 year. I promise you, if you went into month 1 saying, I'm going to commit 1 year to go balls to the wall. Balls to the wall, because if you can build the skill sets, you can build the database, you can build the relationships, you can build up that capital for yourself, you're going to be a lot more free. You're going to have a lot more leverage. You're going to be able to put yourself in situations and be more comfortable selling in any type of situation. So you got to commit for a year. You got to build your skill set. And the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with in this series on how to make your first 100K in sales, if you follow these simple routines and you're consistent and you're disciplined and you work on your personality, you keep your mindset on point, you have a really good routine. We have that persistence and warmth that Tony Robbins talks about. We got all these things, right? You're gonna kill it. But the last thing I'll leave you with is just do not take no for an answer. And it goes back to the very, very beginning of the video, is figure out what you want. What do you believe in? The reason I work for the Elliott Group is because what I do, I believe in it. And I can sell it, aggressively. You know why? Because I know people are better off with my product than without it. And I'm willing to not take no for an answer because I know it's worth it. You'll take no for an answer when you feel like it's not worth it. So know your worth, be stubborn, don't take no for an answer, learn your space as well as you can. I promise you, you'll find yourself to your first 100 grand. I tell anybody that hasn't made their first 100 grand and hasn't been in sales before, I promise you, it's a lot easier than you may think as long as you show up and just do these things. Once we get to $500,000 and $1 million, it gets a little more complicated, but your first 100 grand is just hard work and following the basics. Master these first, I promise, and we'll see you at the top. Appreciate you guys. If you guys liked the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this video with a homie. It means a ton to me. We're building the YouTube channel right now. I need all my guys to subscribe and show love. And also, I have a free school community that I want all you guys to join. If you guys want to learn more on how we go in depth on some of these topics, I have a link in the description box below. It's an undeniable sales school community. You can join completely for free. I would love to see you guys there, and we'll see you guys in the next one.